and I'll see you guys in round 1, game 1. Alright, here we are for round 1, game 1. He kept, and I think I will too. I know I only have 2 land, but I've got a really good one in there. And I do have something that I could play off of it, even if I don't draw a third. So we're going to keep this. Should also have mentioned that we're on the draw, which is another reason why I'm happy to keep a 2-lander. I didn't go with 18, which I usually do in this format, so there's a slightly smaller chance I'll draw out of this. Hey, there we go, untapped land. Awesome sauce. Okay, well, when there's nothing to do, just play your tri-land and pass the turn. Alright, he might be on warriors, but he doesn't have a turn to play, so I don't think he is. I also prefer to morph this if I could, so I'm just going to use this tapped land now, so I can get in. Well, I've got a whole bunch of plays I can do. Well, I wouldn't do that, but I have the possibility of playing secret. I can morph this, that, or the other, and if I desperately needed to, I could also play the parapet. Alright, so he still looks like he's on warriors, and he has to have a 3-drop. Because this is cons. Surprise, surprise, it is a morph. Alright, so what is my least favorite morph here? I suppose the archer at this point. If he is warriors, he probably doesn't have a whole lot of flyers, and so that's not as big of a deal. So I'll probably morph down that archer and offer a trade. See how that works out. The other thing I could do is use my mana less efficiently and just play the parapet. Also got to scout the borders, but I need to be putting up some defense first. Am I right? Of course, I could morph this and then send that back up to his hand and swing next turn. You know, I think that that's actually what I'll do. I'm not going to offer the trade. I'm just going to... It doesn't matter. Okay. Just going to play it like this, and in case he plays something awesome for his 4, then I can bounce that. Now, normally I don't think that I would do that, because I don't mind trading, and the deck that wants stuff in the yard. I do have 1 delve card here, and a 3/5 Death Touch is pretty good up against warriors. Alright, does he have the 4? Okay, he's got a decent 4-drop. And a morph he doesn't care that much about. Okay, so I will let that one get in, and then get a tempo play on my turn. Hey, there's CDC, without the land to play him. Okay, so in 1 more land I should be good. But first, let's see. Get a blue and a green. I'll tempo him a little bit. So hopefully he'll spend his next turn playing that back down, and I can get a land off of the top to play Sidisi. If I don't draw one, I'm just going to have to scout the borders to grab myself a land. Actually, yeah, that's kind of a tough decision, because scout the borders can just put a whole bunch of stuff in the yard. So, do you use it now so that you get CDC in the next turn? Do you just hope to draw the land? We'll see what happens on his turn and what we draw before we have to make any big decisions on that. Alright, he goes straight through combat. He does not appear to have a 5th land drop. I can't do anything about anything. Alright, so he just plays the Kieran back down. So if we get an untapped land, we are golden. Alright, let's see how this game works. Do we draw the land? Come on, Shuffler, tell me. So we get scheming. I think Scout the Borders is correct here, because we definitely get a land off of it. Whereas scheming is probably a lot better with Sidisi. So, yeah, we'll Scout the Borders. Then at least that way we can set up some delve. Okay. And then I can also, let's see, it's any land, right? You may put a creature or land. Okay. So I can grab myself a cool tap land. That helps to fix my mana. Although my mana's pretty good right now. Oof, there was in fact a land. That's good. Alright. Put the rest into my graveyard. Sorry guys. Although I do now have 5 in the yard, so that's going to be pretty cheap when it does happen. Get myself a tap land. And I might block them. No, we probably won't block the morph, right? It's a shame because it's a 2/2 flyer, which just gets eaten by the Kieran. Especially when you are completely tapped out and have no reasonable tricks. So I'll send it over his way. Next turn I get to Brood Tyrant. And then after the Brood Tyrant comes down, I probably Scheme and Parapet. The Parapet can probably block the morph. I think at this point... Okay, so he's got some green. Do I block the morph and then just get eaten? I don't know, it's not doing anything else. He doesn't attack with the morph. Maybe that means that it's got some green ability? Whatever it is, it's not something that's going to eat my 2/2 flyer. This much we know is true. If I draw another land, I can also secret him along with the scheming. You know, I think in my sideboard I may have had one of those pump effects, which would probably be good with my team. I'll have to look at that when I go back to the board. Anyway, here's what we're doing. You're definitely playing Sidisi. And then, let's see, 5. So, no. Oh, no, because he's going to put those into the yard. Yeah, so I even get my Shambling Attendants. Alright. So I mill 3 into the yard. Pinewalker, Island, and Forest. So the Pinewalker makes a zombie. I can't really attack through with that, but I can delve this guy out. Alright, doesn't really matter what I delve here, because I don't have anything to reanimate. Okay, so we have a board now. He does have Seeker of the Way, and if he pumps that, it might take down my Death Touch guy, but it's probably still worth blocking there. The 2/2 flyer is not doing a whole lot against the Kieran, and here we just need a way to protect. I don't know that I have a way to protect him, so we're just going to have to use the scheming and the secret, but that's okay. I have 19 cards in my library, so I'm not quite at the point where I start to need worrying about being decked. Okay, so next turn I've got 6 mana at least. Okay, the Kieran's coming in, and I can chump block, but that's about it. Okay. Whenever one more creature cards are put into your graveyard from your library. Okay, so it doesn't just, you can't just chump it. I could chump, but I'm not going to at the moment. Okay, so if I have 6 mana, I've got 7. Okay. So what do I want to do with 7? I can put up an archer to stop that and scheme. That sounds reasonable. I think first I want to scheme. So let's do that first. And so here's what we get. So the Ruthless Ripper. I'd rather have a zombie. Yeah, I'm going to get myself a zombie army. So we're going to put the Ripper in the yard. Toss the Archer in the yard. I feel like the Mystic of the Hidden Way is actually probably better being played out. So put the Forest in the grave. Well, no, I've got to go all in here, right? So put that in the graveyard, but the Rite of the Serpent can go on top. Okay. Put these cards on top in any order. Alright, I'll put it in that order. So now we get a whole bunch of zombies. I've still got 4 mana left to do with as I please. There's not a spectacular way to use 4 mana. So I think I am just going to morph down... Well, I don't want to die, so I'm going to morph down the archer. Play it like that. I think I just hold back for an alpha strike, especially with all that mana up. Okay. Now, if he manages to get off some lifelink shenanigans, we might be in trouble. Also waiting to see what that green mana does. Alright, we'll see if he's going to send anybody in. Yeah, as per usual, he sends the Kieran in. I can't do much about it. But next turn I will unmorph that guy and double block, and he'll be able to take down the 2/2. Okay, he's got 6 cards in hand. So I don't know what the deal is with the 6 cards. So I've got my kill spell for whatever does come up. Now I could kill the morph and send in with Siddice now, then he still is able to kill it. So we're going to need to deal with that in a different way. Alright, so this needs how much? That needs 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that doesn't leave much mana for anything else now, does it? I guess I just wait for another turn on being able to do that. Get a parapet down so I can start draining him. Then also get this face down. I've got quite a bit of build up here, and so I'm just about at the point at which I am ready to start laying into him. Okay, so he'll get me for 2 more in the air probably. If he plays anything interesting, I get to write it. I get to right his wrong, if you will. And if you won't, I still said it, so there. Alright, another familiar combat. I don't know why he flipped that, by the way. I was actually scared of that before he flipped it. Okay, so he comes in. I do nothing about it. See, now if I kill it, he's still got 3 points, which would still be able to kill Siddice. Now what is he doing with 7 cards in hand? This is driving me nuts. Okay. So I need 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 2 left, which is still not enough to do this. Not that it would really matter that much. Yeah, so I'm just going to pass the turn again. Use my mana to kill his flyer. And then the turn afterward, probably spend a giant kill spell on a Seeker of the Way and send in with the team. That appears to be my best plan. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with him next game when he plays more than 3 actual spells. I know I'm playing this super conservatively, but so far so good, right? Alright, as per usual. So let's flip that guy up. Okay. And we'll block to kill. He has got plenty of mana, so I will be completely unsurprised if I draw a trick. Alright, just a straight up trade. So now it looks like, unless he plays something really interesting, I'm just going to spend a 6 mana kill spell and a 2 mana Seeker of the Way. Oh, and hostilities. The blowout. Yeah. If that had the mana up, then I would be an awesome player. But I just walked right into end hostilities. And I don't see anything that I can really do about that at all. At all. So I guess I just drain him for 1. That's embarrassing. Alright, well, least I've got a kill spell and Singing Bell Strike, right? Alright, well, may as well spend my mana. So there that is. Not sure how I win this game at this point. Alright, so he pitches a Ride Down and an Heir of the Wilds. Okay. Yeah, I really wish that I got stuff back from the yard, because if I can get Sidisi back, I should be okay. Well, now that I know he's got the end hostilities, that changes the way that I play my morphs. Alright, so he's got another Kieran. Singing Bell Strike would be okay on that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Makes him spend all of his mana every turn to get into me. So I think I'll do that for now. And then wait for him to play something more impressive for me to use Rite of the Serpent on. That also makes his Vigilance. Oh no, wait a second. Yeah, the Vigilance just means that it only works once. Okay. Well, I guess I was on tilt for that one. Anyway. Let's just see what's in the rest of his deck, shall we? I guess I spent one turn to make him spend 6 mana, and that's about the extent of it. Worse things have happened, but not... I guess... may as well play that in case I draw that black fireball that's in my deck. At least I know how to play Standard, right? Oh, bad beats, bad beats. By bad beats, I mean terrible plays. We'll see if anything else comes out. There we go. Plenty of mana for a Timely Horde Mate. Alright, so what does he grab with that? 2 or less? It's the Heir of the Wilds, okay. So I could show him my right, but that would be wrong, so let's concede. Alright, I'm playing up against junk that has a Wrath. It's pretty important. I don't have a lot of great red sources, but I could move into that color, because that buys me Mind Swipe as well as Teamer Charm. So let's try it. Mind Swipe and Teamer Charm. We're going to have to move really quickly on this one. We also get Mardu Charm just because it's good. Rough Rider, Ponyback. I'm going to put in all of my red sources, which right now is like that and that. That appears to be it. Okay, so I'm going to take out all of the cards that I need to. I've got to take out 7. Okay, so Ruthless Ripper, since I'm going to have less black cards. What else? What else is subpar in this? Secret's not spectacular, so I'm going to take that out. Misfire Weaver doesn't actually stop a Wrath, so I'm going to take that out. Maybe an Archer? Okay, 1 minute left to figure this stuff out. I still have to cut 4 cards. Okay. No, that's pretty good. Alright, let me know in the comments section, what would you take out? This is an absolute mystery. I guess I take out 1 Archer, 1 Attendant. Oh, this is going to get me. What am I going to do? Take out that guy and just submit a 41 card deck? No, can't do that. What am I going to do? Take out a submit deck.